Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Welcome back to Bayou Time News. I'm your host, Tanner McGee. Today we have the Chief of Police, Travis Theriault, and the Assistant Detectives, Mr. Joseph Lodrigue. Thank you for having you on. We're talking about something very interesting to me because I don't know that there's been a news story in this parish that wasn't a hurricane that really got everybody's attention like this. I mean, it's a story that I remember the most as a kid, which is the disappearance of A.J. Breaux. And y'all want to talk about it? Police Chief, if you want to kind of tell us about it. For those who don't remember what it was, and tell us what's going on.
You're absolutely right. You have those investigations that, kind of stick with you. And this is one that's really impacted the community and as a whole. And look, this thing went nationwide at one point on unsolved mysteries. And it's really sad that this family never got to truly, have closure with their dad that they so much deserve. And, it's pretty inspiring to watch these girls continue to push and look for their dad and how much they love him. And they're just looking for closure, But over the last few years, we have made great strides in the case. Sergeant Lodrigue and, numerous people have had the opportunity to do some work on it. And it's kind of one of these investigations that as one investigator would leave, it was a relay and we would just pass it on to the next investigator coming up, and they would just grab it and run with it and do everything we can. And we're confident that someone in this parish can bring the closure that's needed.
And so, Sergeant Lodrigue, y'all are still working on it, is that right?
Yes, picked up the case in 2019 and been working on it, and any lead that comes in that the community can provide helps us out, and we follow up on those leads and continue to investigate.
So you're still getting leads this 33 years after the fact. Y'all are still following stuff.
Yeah, anything we get that comes in, we definitely follow up on.
It is something. In fact, I think there's a clip of Martin Falls breaking the story. Do we have that clip? A very young Martin Falls breaking this clip. That shows you how old the story is. In pictures of Mr. Breaux. And you touched on it. This is about getting closure for that family. It's unusual that 33 years go by and they don't know even what happened.
Look, it's their right to know what happened to their dad, and to the ones that are out there that can bring closure to the family and they just won't, shame on you. It's truly heartbreaking that these people can't find it in their heart to give the closure and just let them know what happened to their dad.
And I think you touched on it. Y'all believe, and I remember at the time as a kid, that somebody knows something and they're not just coming forward. And that's why y'all are out here on TV appealing to them, that somebody knows something that isn't coming forward, and we're trying to get that person to come out and share their story with us.
Yeah, and look, it's not about feeling that they know something. We know that they know what happened to this man, and we know that that person can bring the closure that's needed. And it'd be a really awesome thing to see these girls finally know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, and it's the only time I can think of, and we're seeing clips right now of unsolved mysteries running and them doing their story, that a crime story made national news. I mean, it may have happened other times, but in my memory, that's the only time that we made kind of the big time on a crime story. I think because of who the person was, his daughter's love, and just the kind of weirdness around the scenario was unique at the time.
It was, and it's still, it's a case that, everybody wants to know. The family wants to know. The police want to know. The community wants to know. This is not, and this is not how we want to make Houma famous. It'd be great to make Houma famous by showing how we can come together and give closure to a family. That would be really good.
Absolutely. And Sergeant Lodrigue, how many people have worked on this file before you? Do you know?
Several. I know that retired police chief Dana Coleman worked on it. Several other detectives worked on it. Yesterday was actually the 33 year anniversary of him actually missing. was August 28th of 1991 when he first went missing.
Yeah, I would have been 11 years old exactly. And definitely look at those pictures and it seems like a different time. You know, that we've changed so much, but the story still exists and it still needs to be wrapped up so everybody can move on. I can only imagine. Y'all stay in contact with the daughters, obviously?
Yeah, they call me and I speak with them and discuss some things.
And I think that they've set up a Facebook page, which is AJ Breaux Project Wish. You can reach out to the family directly through the Facebook page, and also www.crimestoppersbr.org, or you can call in at 1-800-743-7433, or locally 985-873-6371. If you do know something, and we know somebody does. If you're watching, please call in. And what kind of there's a $1,000 prize, or not prize, but reward for doing it. What kind of assurance could this person get if they call in? What other than closure? I know that they participated. There's nothing they're going to get, but what else is out there for them?
So the reward, they have the $1,000 reward, right? And that's to call in anonymous, you know. But it would be really awesome if they would just come in and talk to us, you know.
Absolutely.
But our goal is just for closure for the family. You know, to be honest with you, we would love to find Mr. Breaux and confirm what actually happened and just give the closure to the girls that they so deserve, and just to know what happened to their dad.
Yeah. And again, I think it speaks volumes about these not young ladies, but these ladies now, they were young ladies, and y'all in the Houma Police Department to continue this search 33 years after the fact, and remembering that it's 33 years after the fact. And y'all refuse, if I understand correctly, to not call it a cold case. This is an active case at the Houma Police Department.
This is 100% active investigation.
Absolutely.
To this day.
That's all time we have. Thank you to Chief Travis Terrio and Sergeant Lodrigue for coming and updating us on the very serious matter of the disappearance of AJ Breaux. We'll be right back.
Social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.